According to the 2020 National Electrical Code, Article 404 addresses lighting fixtures, lamp holders, lamps, and rosettes. Section 404.20 states that fixtures must be connected to a branch circuit in accordance with the maximum loads specified in this article. Section 404.2c specifies that luminaires that are part of the permanent wiring of the building are considered appliances, and a maximum load for luminaires cannot exceed the rating of the branch circuit specified elsewhere in the code. Section 404.6d deals with overcurrent protection, and it states that all luminaires connected to the circuit must be of the same voltage rating. For branch circuits supplying only ballasts of fluorescent luminaires, the maximum rating is 20 amps. For branch circuits supplying only luminaires with ballasts having a high power factor, as defined in Article 100, the maximum rating is 30 amps. Branch circuits supplying lighting units with incandescent lamps or electric discharge lamps with high power factor, as defined in Article 100, shall have a maximum rating of 50 amps. The 180 volt amps per receptacle rule is not for residential occupancies, it applies to commercial buildings only. To clarify the common misconception, it is incorrect to assume that each light fixture should always be calculated as 200 watts. The maximum load for lighting fixtures is actually based on the rating of the branch circuit. To determine how many recessed cans can be connected to a 15 amp circuit, you need to consider the total wattage of the fixtures and compare it to the maximum load allowed in the circuit. A standard 15 amp circuit at 120 volts has a maximum capacity of 15 amps times 120 volts, which equals 1800 watts. However, for continuous loads, which lighting often is, the load should not exceed 80% of the circuit's rating. 80% of 1800 watts is 1440 watts. To calculate the number of recessed cans, you would add the wattage of each fixture and make sure the total does not exceed 1440 watts. For example, if each recessed can has a 60 watt bulb, you could install 24 of them on a 15 amp circuit because 24 times 60 watts equals 1440 watts. If each can use the 75 watt bulb, you could install 19 of them because 19 times 75 watts is 1425 watts, which is under the 1440 watt limit. If the recessed can fixture states that it takes a 100 watt bulb, then you can only have 14 on a 15 amp circuit because 14 times 100 watts is 1400 watts, which is under the 1440 watt limit. The code references to keep in mind are firstly 404.2, which discusses the connection of fixtures to branch circuits according to specified maximum loads. Secondly, 404.2c that indicates luminaires as permanent wiring appliances where the maximum load cannot exceed the branch circuit's rating. And thirdly, 404.6d, which emphasizes overcurrent protection and voltage rating consistency among luminaires on a circuit. In summary, the wattage of each fixture, not an arbitrary 200 watts per fixture, is what determines the number of fixtures that can be safely installed on a circuit, adhering to the branch circuit's rating and the 80% rule for continuous loads. Therefore, consult the ratings on your lighting fixtures, understand your circuit capacity, and ensure that your total load does not exceed the safe limit as dictated by the National Electrical Code.